Did you know that there are 2,500 National Guard troops still patrolling the streets of Washington, D.C.? And even bigger than that, are you aware of the authoritarian measures that are still in effect but not getting coverage? Things that we're just forced to get used to with no end in sight. Gary Fields from the AP has a report today on the National Guard situation in D.C. that I encourage you to read. The Guard will be there till at least the end of the year, and it's costing $1 million a day to pay for these guys to just walk around. And now people in D.C. are just getting used to soldiers at metro stations and monuments, and even just walking down residential neighborhoods and shopping districts. D.C. has the continued feeling of military occupation. And it's not the only measure that's just lingering. In Minnesota, in addition to ICE still being active on the streets, the 11th Airborne Division in Alaska is still on standby to be deployed into Minnesota if needed. They're on high alert and ready to mobilize within 18 to 48 hours. And then overseas, we're still building a bigger military presence in Greenland. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Pawtucket Air Force Base is getting massive airfield upgrades, and Europe is spooked, obviously. Trump wants to control those trade routes, and he's not leaving anytime soon. We also have a lingering presence in the Caribbean with our blockade around Cuba. And then, of course, we have the largest military presence in the Middle East since 2003, just waiting. And nowhere do we see any signs of de-escalation. Democratic leaders seem to care less, and we're headed into the midterms with all this looming. And Trump and his people are telling us straight up that there's going to be ICE at polling locations. Now, on a positive note, which I know there's not many of these days, I am cautiously hopeful, because it does seem like the overwhelming political pressure that's needed to defeat this is building and maybe here. I just don't know if it's too late. Either way, we've got a long road ahead, and we can't live life in constant fight or flight. Trump just had us closer to nuclear war than even the Cuban Missile Crisis, and we're just expected to live with that and move on. And so in times like these, you've got to find your capacity and your strengths, where you can be helpful and where you wouldn't be helpful. Yeah, you'll need to push yourself because we do need more right now, but get your rest. Focus on your family. Try to live life in the meantime. If the Ukrainians and Palestinians can do it, so can we. We're probably in for a crazy summer, so it's time for everybody to do some mental health maintenance.